بداية أود أن أتقدم بالشكر الجزيل لمركز جنيف لحقوق الإنسان والحوار على تنظيمه لهذه الحلقة النقاشية حول موضوع الإسلاموفوبيا وكيفية الاندماج المسلمين في أوروبا. أعتقد أن هذا موضوع مهم خاصة في هذه المرحلة من تاريخ.
First of all, I would like to thank the Geneva Centre for Human Rights Advancement and Global Dialogue for organizing this debate on the topic of Islamophobia and integration of Muslims in Europe. I think this is an important topic, especially at this stage of our history. The use of religion to serve political agendas is an issue of the utmost importance. On the other hand, as we raised it in our intervention, we need to pursue the dialogue, since holding discussions during only one panel is not enough, because the problem is broad and complex. In fact, all speakers have raised important matters and have pointed out challenges we are all facing. At the end, we got a diagnosis of the situation. As it was mentioned in the panel, there is a negative role played by some of the media in this regard. There are also a number of politicians who try to make political and electoral gains. Extremist right-wing parties in particular, of which the influence has considerably grown in Europe and which use very unhealthy language. I think we should avoid the blame game and should rather engage in a rational dialogue with enlightened, moderate Europeans who share our point of view and with whom we have close cooperative relationships. Many writers and researchers stand on this issue with the Arab and Islamic approach. I also think we should take a more active role on the levels of civil society organizations, governments, as well as Arab media in order to portray the true good image of Islam. We should not be focusing on differences that the other party may consider as some sort of excuse. In this regard, we have a relevant experience in the Sultanate of Oman through the work of Sultan Qaboos Center for Islamic Culture, whose mission is to advocate for rational dialogue involving all parties and all religions, including Judaism and Christianity, as well as various sects in the Muslim world. In fact, different scholars and researchers participate regularly in conferences organized by Sultan Qaboos Center. The overall outcomes of the experience are fairly positive. Furthermore, the Sultan Qaboos Center for Islamic Culture also organizes, under the auspices of the government, an annual conference called Islamic Jurisprudence Seminar to promote religious dialogue. In addition to all these efforts by the Oman government and the Geneva Centre, for example, we hope to hear about initiatives taken in the Muslim world in order to project the true image of Islam. Those of us, Muslims, who live in Europe, have a responsibility to represent the peaceful essence of Islam, as well as integrating ourselves in our societies. However, integration does not mean assimilation into the culture of the other. Each keeps his own culture, but we have to understand and to respect the culture of the host country. Muslims stayed in Europe following the decline of the Islamic civilization in Andalusia. Some of them came after World War II to build Europe. They also deserve respect. First generations of those who came after World War II may have been uneducated, but late generations were educated and should be given opportunities. In my humble opinion, integration policies should be reviewed because everybody will be affected by narrow-minded views that might lead to religious conflicts. Today we live in an era of social media and progress based on the interaction between media, technology and people. This has turned the world into a very small village. We witness every day the explosion of knowledge. The use of these IT tools in a harmful direction could lead to a disaster, and this may result in more than just a clash of East, West, North and South civilizations. Thus, I encourage the continuity of such meetings like this one today, that encourages us to understand each other and to let religious ideals and teachings play a role in promoting love and peace. Thank you.
ونترك الدين بمثله العليا أن يقوم بدورا أساسيا من أجل اللقاء الأوثق والمحبة والسلام. شكرا.